Welcome to the International Souls Podcast. Here, we have valuable conversations with leading experts in their field. I'm your host, Eric, and each week I sit down with people who dare to dream bigger, act braver, and build lives that inspire. You'll hear real stories, lessons learned, and expert insight from across industries and cultures, each one driven by purpose. This show is about leaving the good for the great, taking a leap of faith. Here we go. Welcome to the International Souls Podcast. I'm your host, Eric. This is a space where bold conversation meet fearless leaps of faith. Each episode, we sit down with visionaries, disruptors, and culture shapers to uncover the mindsets, the stories, and the strategies behind extraordinary life. I'm joined today by a friend and a multi-talented artist, Daniele Lombardo, the creative director, steering the brand Just Cavalli into a new era, fusing street energy with unapologetic glam to create a brand that stands on its own. A graduate with a master's degree from the prestigious design school Istituto Marangoni, Milan, Daniele's path has taken him from Calabria to Milan, to Toronto, Montreal, New York, Switzerland, and more. Each chapter fueled by courage and reinvention. On a personal note, Daniele booked me multiple times as a fashion model during his era as a VP creative director at the renowned lifestyle brand Buffalo by David Beton in Montreal. And later, I had the privilege of coaching him and his wife, Brenna, who is a creative leader in her own right and founder of Brand Evolution 360, an agency reimagining fashion and beauty brands through bold campaigns and art direction. I've always admired you guys and how you guys work together, build together, and support each other's vision. So Daniel, welcome to the show. I'm excited. And let's just start with this question. Out of everything you could have done in your life, because I feel like, you were dabbling with some sports at the beginning, maybe like some soccer, right? Like maybe we call it football, but soccer. And you have so much talent. I know you're into art as well. Why did you decide to pursue, out of everything, fashion and design and creative directing?
This is the best question, how to start this conversation, because
Beautiful.
Actually everything starts from this kind of a question here. Because growing in South Italy, at my time, I'm 46, so it's not like the new era, the new generation, the iPhone, the smartphone, see everything happening in the world. We will not have the phone, the cellular, the phone was not in my generation. So you knew what's happening in your town. You knew maybe from the television what's happening in your country, but everything was completely far from what you was thinking. So it was, let me say, completely different growing in my time, the recent in this time, just because you couldn't see everything in the world. Now we can open a new discussion if it's fake, if it's real, what you see on your phone. But in any case, you are seeing stuff that is completely different from your cave, the cave where you grow, where you don't know what's happening outside. So you can make in your mind, your creativity, your vision, some kind of dream that can be real because you know now how they live in LA, how they live in New York, what is Singapore. Like it's so open the mind on this generation that if they use well this kind of tools, they can own the world. In my generation, we know what was happening in our town. And our town was a small town in South Italy. At that time, the mind was very small. Not small, but people was thinking, for example, get the work in the postal office. This will be for your life. It will be something sure your life. You will be set up for your life. So this was the go university, go study for engineer, go be lawyer. This was the dream of the town. My dream was like different. Like in my town, I was the first one doing the tattoo at 13 years old. So I was pretty young. And people were saying me, you will never find a job. What you did in your arms? I was a small things, very small.
Really?
And I was thinking, I don't want this kind of job that you are telling me. I don't want this job. I don't even was thinking about the future, but I wanted the tattoo on my skin because I grew up sketching. I was sketching on the table at school, on the wall at school, at home. So I was sketching everywhere. But was not my future. This was some things that I was just enjoy doing. My goal at that time was being a soccer player. I
Mm.
think everyone in the town and in Italy at that time dreamed to be a soccer player. And we were all is very far from the entire world, especially now still, but especially at that time. So it was not easy even to become a soccer player because from Soverato, when I grew up to Milan, to Naples, to Rome, where big city was, it was difficult. So I arrived at 18 years old.
Mm.
My dream was to play in the national team. So I was always, in my mind, was always very competitive, a very dreamer. So I will do. And I was very confident on doing. But anyway, I didn't do. I was old, 18 for a soccer player, you are old. So I was say my father, I don't want to do university. I don't want to study. I don't want to do things that people impose me to do. I
Mm.
know I like in my mind that this is very important for myself. I enjoy to do what I want to do, and I will
Mm.
do at the 100% of my capacity if I want to do. If I have to do for reason that is not my reason, I will never do. This is how
Mm.
I set up my mind. So I was very
Wow.
honest and I said to my father, I don't want to do university. So I don't know what I want to do. Let's see. At the time, we had a store of the first store. I had 18, and the phone, the smartphone, was starting to hit the business, and we opened a small center of store, and I was there with my father. And my father, and this is I always say thanks to my father. He was like of course older than me, growing in an old generation, much more close, much more hard, much more strong than my generation. So with the mind very close, he said to
Mm.
me, why you don't go? You know how to sketch, you know how to draw. No? Why you don't go to my friend's school? They do fashion.
Wow.
And I
Really?
said, to my father, are you joking? Are you joking? You want me to do fashion? What am I gonna say to my friend in Piazzetta, in the Piazzetta at the bar in Soverato? We were all macho. We were all
Yeah.
like, if you watch me, I'm gonna kill you. Like this kind of mentality. What am I gonna say? I'm gonna go fashion. My father will tell me at the time, you will be the new Versace. Go. So
Wow.
he was so open minded that I was like, okay, my father is my idol. He's my biggest supporter, my biggest fan. Still now, if you see my Facebook, there's Cesare Lombardo. He always put art, fire. So he's my first one. And he said, if my father, there is a man so strong, he was going outside, breaking the wood with the hands, old school mentality man. And my father said to go to the school. I'm gonna try. And I start to go in this school, this fashion school. It was a nightmare at the beginning
Really?
because from like I said, you know what you live in your town. So I went to the school and I met so different people, like so different, but really different from my
From all over the world, or mostly from
no,
Italy?
no, from my town, a
But
small
like,
town.
was it people from all over the world at that school, or it was still like a local school where people would
It
come
was a
from Italy?
local
Okay,
school, but still was
different.
kind of like a small view on the world. Like
I
we're
see.
not the Marangoni in Milano. You can see the all super rock star coming dressing like they want, like this kind of shirt. At my
Yeah.
time was like crazy. People was beat up for this kind of shirt in my town at
Oh.
that time. At the time, so going to school, I see people that was thinking differently. The people that was free. I met the first gay people in this school, and for me it was like, wow, it's crazy. And I really started. I'm very honest. Like I always
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Of
polite
course.
or non-polite. I'm
Yeah.
very honest.
Yeah. Let's be honest. Yeah.
And I said, was my journey. So I have to say, what is this kind of? And this is the part that I'm more proud of myself, how I started and I am now, because I was open to grow. And this
Mm.
is my big goal from the beginning to now. So I met this kind of my teacher. He was in love with me. And I said, this is crazy. Like, what to do? Like, but he was so honest when he was talking. He was so open minded. And I met all these friends that I have until now. That I really enjoy this new way to see the world, to create, to thinking, and I said, okay, there's another tools here. There's another way, not the bar in South Italy way. There's another way. There's another
Mm.
way to think. And I start to open my mind. I finished the school. I start to work to Renato Balestra. At the time, Renato Balestra still now is a big couturier. He was doing haute couture. He brought me to Rome. So from South Italy, my first step was Rome.
Wow.
Rome at the time, he was doing Piazza di Spagna. It was the big show where it was I don't know, all the stair in the center of Rome, in
Okay.
downtown Rome, in this beautiful place where all the stylists, all the fashion designers was coming to show their collection. It was something like a dream. And this was haute couture. At the time, I'm talking about 22 years ago, 25 too, it was a dream haute couture. After fashion evolved, the porté, streetwear, denim, and all the things. But at the time, the couturier and the haute couture was a dream. And I lived this kind of dreams. I had the lucky of my life to learn from this old couturier, this designer, that if you see the world of designer was completely different from what I am now and from designer it's now. Because today designer is another things from what it was 22 years old, 25 years old. But like this start my journey. My father that believed in me and show me the way, like a way that I will never think.
Did you feel that because the way you're sharing your story, it felt like you were maybe a misfit in your small town. And did you feel that you
No, no,
were,
no, no.
no, not a misfit?
I was fitting everywhere. I'm a
Okay.
fish. I'm a fish that fit everywhere because I'm
Really?
very competitive. And when I go in a bowl or in an ocean, in a sea, I'm gonna be the best one in whatever bowl you're gonna put me. I have to be honest. I was fitting even in the macho man. Like
Okay.
I was fitting even there. And
Okay.
was the way that we were thinking. And after at school, I was fitting in the fashion schools. This is like it is interesting that you said that. This is show myself my potentiality.
Yeah.
This show myself that I could fit everywhere. And
Mm.
I was not confident like now. Now I'm building my confidence, and I'm very confident now because I did all the steps to be here today in front of you talking about myself. I did all
Mm.
the steps. I didn't jump one single step. I didn't took fast way, easy way. I did all the steps. My journey was like I'm 46, by 25 years old that I'm working this business. I'm now starting to be creative director of Just Cavalli. I still at middle of my journey, so it means that I did all the single step. And this is
Wow.
what is the suggestion that I give to all the people that want to do some things in life. There is work, there is sports, there is whatever. Do every single step because when you're gonna be on the spot that you want, you will be ready to be there. You will be
Mm.
ready. You will be ready. And it's not something easy because things happen. You're gonna meet people that is like, if you're confident like this, you're gonna meet people that confident is like this, and people that like wherever they're coming from, like from far, from close. You're gonna meet people that are bold like this. You need to be ready, otherwise they're gonna eat you.
So how was that big leap of faith for you? So this podcast is a lot about the leap of faith. So you did your first leap of faith leaving your small town of Calabria, or well, I mean that's cool, to Rome, and then you were by yourself, no family close by.
Yes.
And then how was that adjustment? Was it easy for you, or was it, did you miss home
Easy.
and you just kept
No,
on
no, no,
going?
no,
No?
no, no, no. I was set for this. Like I
Oh
said,
yeah.
I'm set for everything. Myself is like this. I'm like a, I don't want to say stupid, but in this kind of things that I call now, I call like jump in the dark. This is how I call this kind of move that I did. And after you're gonna see how many jump in the dark I did in my life,
Yeah.
from Soverato to everywhere in the world. But I was doing without thinking. I'm
Mm.
always positive and I was always confident. And I say, I'm gonna do. I'm very curious. This is the best tool that you can have. I'm very curious. So I wanna know what's happened. I wanna know what can be different. I wanna learn. So I'm kind of angry of this kind of curiosity. So I said, I'm gonna go to Rome. It's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna see old girl at the time from small town to Rome. You wanna see like the world. Roma was the world at the time. And I stayed 3 years in a small monolocale, we say in Italy, it's a small house. It was just a room. So at the time I was getting like 700 mila lire. It was
Was
like
it
$450.
euros? Okay.
Yeah, a month at the time. And I was living my uh, my apartment with a close friend from my town. He was a soldier, so completely different. So
A
you see
soldier?
a soldier that
Okay.
he was going to Kosovo. He was going to. So you see how we grow. I have friends like from they do completely different stuff
Yeah.
from myself, from my town. So this is the beauty, how you connect with all this kind of thing, and how you can fit, because I can talk with him, I can talk with the
Mm,
designer, I can talk with this is what I like about me. I'm not someone that I'm gonna talk just with my
yeah.
I'm gonna talk just with no. I'm gonna talk with everybody I like. And we was sleeping together in a small, not in a small, it was a king
King bed, yeah. King
in there.
size bed, yeah, yeah.
It was more together. It was amazing. If I look back, it was amazing. It was so friend from the
Yeah.
town. He was doing his things. I was doing my things. I was invite him at the fashion show. He was see the models. So we were sharing this new life together
Wow.
with nothing, because we had really nothing. But we was happy. I was always happy in my life with nothing, with a lot, with more, less. I was always happy. I was all enjoying my partner.
Where does this fire come from, Daniele? What is it from your parents? Is it just from your who? It's just part of your identity
Like
that
like I
fire, that
said,
curiosity is just like going forward, not
like I
being
said.
scared. Yeah.
Like I
What is that?
said, I always want to be my father. He's my hero. He's my big
Really?
hero. And I don't want to talk about my father because I want to cry.
Okay.
This the kind of relation that I have with my father.
Okay.
And I always admire him like he was like a God for me. When
Wow.
something's happened, he got leukemia at one point in his life, like this, like
Wow.
this. He was going to live like this from nothing. And he won. He won leukemia. And he was like me, without thinking, not even 1 second, then we was going to die. Now he's like 80, 80
Oh
years
my
old.
God. Wow.
He had the leukemia at 50. He had bypass, heart attack, everything. He always survived it because he's like me, and I know that he's like this. So I grow up with this kind of man in my mind, and
Mm,
eventually be better than him in some things that
of
maybe he was
course.
like he grow in different generation, he grew a
Of
different life.
course.
So some things was very hard, some things was so. I said I can be the better version of him, but I wanna be him. And I remember I was very shy when I started to work with Renato Balestra in Rome. And when I was going back to my town, and my father, my mother, she's another big woman. You know what she was telling me every time I was leaving Rome to go back to my town? You know
Uh,
what she was telling me?
to go back?
No, she was telling me, "Are you gay?"
Are you gay? Really?
But because she wanted me to become gay, because
Why?
she want a girl, because she with my brother, me, my father, all men. She was not anybody to talk with, like to be friend, and she was dreaming to me becoming gay, to be best friend of my mother. So this is how I live in this kind of.
Yeah.
So she opened my mind. So like
Wow.
she was another piece of the puzzle. The think myself so openly, like it was crazy. And my father was telling me how is going with Renato Balestra, and I was saying, Papa, when he's in the room and I have my sketch in front of me, I cannot talk. Like he makes me scared. He's a very elegant man. He's a very different from me. He's like a big personality, and I'm scared. I'm very shy. I cannot say nothing. He was telling me very simple, because he's not a poetry. He's not like he's a simple man. My father, he was telling me, how many eyes you have? Two. How many eyes he has? Two. How many hands you have? Two. And he was going like this. He was saying, what do you mean, ladies? He's a person like you. He's
Mm.
completely the same of you. It's a stupid thing that if you think can sound like stupid, but in my mind, one time, two times, three times, at the end, he has two eyes. Sometimes. Like whatever you want, you can be whoever you want, but you are a man. Yeah, I'm a man. We're gonna play the same game.
Wow, this is very humbling. I feel like it's a blessing that your parents were this open. You know, that generation is definitely, like you said, a bit more closed-minded. They didn't saw the world like we had the opportunity to. So to be capable of being grown in this environment definitely, I guess, help you have that extra push. And when you were in Rome, did you still have the same vision and dream for your career as you have today?
Before to start with Rome, I want to say the family for me is the most important things in life. Not
Same.
because I'm Italian and family, Italia, familia, whatever. Not because this, but family can give you a push, can give you a confidence, can give you a support that you're not gonna find anywhere else in the world.
I agree with that.
So it's a big thing to have a child.
Yeah.
Like I don't have a child, but it's a big thing. It's a very important thing. So when you have a child, you need to support him in the right way. So this is some things that go out of this conversation. In Rome, I passed from Rome. Always there's this ambition to become someone. I always want to be. This is my zodiac sign, so I really represent this kind of sign. I always want to be someone that go in a room and people look at you, like I always want to be someone. But from Rome to Bologna, to Milano, to Switzerland, like all the other steps thereafter we're gonna see. I was a bit lost, I was young, I was going out, party, so my career was in the second spot, not in the first, I was enjoying life. I was young, so I was 19, 20, 21, 22, until 28. I was really enjoy life. In Italy, the lifestyle is very fancy and funny, so
isn't that part of the being in your 20s? You know what I mean?
Yes. So I was not focused on the career.
Okay.
I was always doing my job because I will always loved what I do. But my focus was girl party, friend, whatever. It was fun. After Rome, I remember that I asked for the first to call my braveness, because I still was shining after 3 years in Rome. And I asked for an increased salary from 700,000 lire from $450 to 1,000 lire. There is 700, let's say. And the daughter of Balestra, she was the general manager, whatever. She told me no. She told me no for no reason. And I said, you know what? I'm going to leave you. I don't care. I'm gonna leave everything I know I can do. So I start to think with my ambition that I will say now with a bit more wisdom, I will not leave a job without having another job. But at the time I was young and I was fire. It's always in my heart. And I said, I'm gonna leave you. Okay, that's it. We're done here after 3 years. Bye, goodbye. This was the second jump in the dark, let's call it like this, after Rome. There was no jump because I didn't know where to jump. Where I'm gonna go? What I'm gonna do? I'm in Rome. I don't have job anymore. So I get lost a little bit. I did job here and there, and nothing very serious like a real brand. I did call center.
Really?
I did all kind of call center, from Carabinieri, there is the police. I was selling the magazine of police. I was selling every kind of thing. And I was good too. Even
Really?
there, I was good. Yes, I was good too. After I started, a move to Rome, because I said Rome is too small. Fashion was starting to change, and everything was moving in Milano. Milano was becoming the new Italy fashion city. The fashion was changing from haute couture to pret-à-porter, so different kind of fashion. Is not like the red carpet fashion anymore, but it's more quotidianity, more everyday, more like different fashion, different designer, different everything. So I moved there. I said, I'm going to go to Milano. There, the fashion is there. I'm going to go there. I don't know anybody. I start to do call center, but the fashion was a very close price. You cannot get fit inside fashion in Milano, especially at the time, if you didn't know somebody or someone that introduced you in fashion. So at the time, I was going with my portfolio. At the time was not the iPad. It was a real portfolio, the book. I was going knock all the door of the fashion shop, all the brands. And I was asking, can I show my sketch? Can I show my work? I know you don't looking for some place like design, but at least you can suggest me. I was I was starting to get confident. Nothing, no one. I knocked to one door, and I remember at the time was the D&G, the second line. So a new denim line was cool at the time. I knocked at this door, and there was the girl open me, and I showed the sketch, and she said me, the designer at the time, Sergio Ciucci, is in, but he's busy. I don't think he can receive now. Leave me the sketch, and I'm gonna call you. But I said it's like every everybody else, they will never call me. They will never call me. And I said, what, look at my sketch. Let me know. She will start looking. She said, oh, that's are very good. Let me go speak with the designer. She
Mm.
went in, she showed the sketches. He called me inside and he was very gentle and very good with me because he gave me some suggestion. He said, look, we're not looking for nobody now, but eventually in the future, we don't know. Okay, I left. It was summer. Summer in Italy is everything closed. Even now, it's very everything closed. Work can come down. Italy don't care. Summer is everything closed. At the time, I was say, okay, I cannot go inside the brand. Let me go in a different way. I need relation. I need PR. I need to know people in Milan. Let me sign to Marangoni Fashion School. There is a expensive school, and I want the bonus to get in the school, and I
Mm.
start the school. But when I start the school, X-Tech called me, and she said to me, oh, the position is available now, and we like you very much. Let's start this job.
What's the position?
Designer.
Designer?
Design, yeah,
Okay.
design. So I started at the time in Milano. It was a booming of fashion at the time. School Marangoni, and working in
Wow.
next day. So world was
Amazing.
coming to open
Yep.
because I was knocking at the door. I was not
Yeah.
kind of like I did what I had to do, but I never give up. It was very hard at the time. I don't think I suffered or I was like in depression. I never did. But doing call center when you want to do
Yeah,
other thing, when you have a dream,
for
it's not
sure.
the best thing. So, but I never give up. So I went door by door, knock every door, like presenting myself, and it worked. It worked. And I start Marangoni. There was like a completely open mind world. People coming from everywhere in the world. It was not just Rome now. It was not Milano. Usually, when you go in the town from in the city from your town, usually you met all people from your town, and this is what everyone do. Me no, I never want to do like this. I don't go in another town, another city with big opportunity. Stay with people from my town, from my South Italy town. Doesn't make sense. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to know people from everywhere in the world. I want to know from other culture. So I met Turkish people, American people, Philippine people, everywhere in the world, and everyone was giving me some piece of their world. And this was amazing for me, knowing how they was thinking. The food, it was like I was eating with my Philippine friend, and I was saying, wow, amazing. The Indian falafel, all this stuff. Like, oh my God, it's amazing. So food, culture, everything, world was starting to open to myself. So now I'm a Marangoni fashion. I'm working in XT. Like I have everything in my life. At the time, I was like 25 years old.
What did you learn the most at school? Was it the connection, the relationship, the culture, or was it actual design that you feel, or maybe both? Was it a big part of your journey that school? Yeah.
I learned both, of course, but the most important thing that I learned was people
Mm.
mind. This was the most important. And I always, like, I did the campaign now, and I'm going to do a post today, tomorrow, where I speak about how it's important to make people different character and how to can absorb from all this. This was the best thing that I did in the Marangoni at the time and in Milano. And of course, sketching, I knew how to sketch. They give you some kind of direction, like how you have to think, to organize, to do a collection. Like all these kind of tools was very important, but at the end, from school to work is completely different. Because at
Mm.
school, and it's right, you learn how to dream, and you have to learn how to dream. At work, especially now, that is not the first job in couture when you
Yeah.
were designing dream still. Now you design business. So it was different even there. I was working and going to school. So I was already seeing the difference between school. That is okay. You learn, but work is going to be different. And work, they gave me the real approach to work and business. But the most important things was people that I
Mm.
met, their mind,
So the school, did you feel like it still opened? Because now you were going from door to door with your sketches, but not necessarily showing your diploma, right? You were just showing like, here's what I can do. Did the
is
did the master
important in
degrees?
certain
Yeah.
in certain ways important the master degrees, but it's much more important how you are built and
Mm.
how much you want what you think you deserve. But
Mm.
of course, this is some things in my back. that I have. It is a degree that is very important. So, but at the end, and I'm honest, I don't care to go against anybody. Like I say, what I want to say, like always in my life, like yes, was important, but it could be even without.
Did
Like it's
that?
not the thing. It's not the thing that make the difference in my life. You know,
Mm,
it's how you live this school. Other people, it was much better set at the time of me, business wise, and they like I have a friend that they finished the school and worked with the school. So there was teacher, there was open advocate. So it depends what you want at the time. I was in the time still my young age. I was enjoying life. So I was absorbing everything, but my focus at the time was life, enjoying life, not work.
were you from the brand that you said while you were at school? Did you learn a lot from that specific role and designing? And did you have like any mentors in that place that you absorbed from, or you were just like self-taught and
I had a mentor, of course, but
yeah,
not one specific.
okay,
I have million mentor. Like I
okay, that's how
said,
you see it.
could be even my friend from India. He could be my mentor. Like I learned
Mm,
from everybody. In terms of work, I was working with my Nadia Paniccia. He was the head of Exter. She's a lady from Rome. And she was my first kind of mentor after Balestra because he was my big one. This kind of man was so elegant, like still now. And she led me, she put me in front of, in the first line of the field. And I was able to talk with the vendor. So start to see how to deal about price, how to deal about still there is like accessory, fabric. It was work. It was not just cool, make a sketch. It was now you're going to make what you sketched, you're going to do real. So was another kind of approach. It was more business, but still not the business how I learned after in a different business that we will see after. It was
yeah,
still very fashion. Milan is very fashion. It's very fashion driven, less business at the time. But you learn how to deal with all the fashion partner.
yeah. That
So
must have
this
been
was
that must have been very important, especially for the role you are
very,
today.
very, very
Yeah,
important. Very, very, very important.
like the whole business side of it versus the creative part of it.
Very important.
So the first big leap was to Rome. Then Rome, you asked a raise. They said no. You left in the dark. So what was that next transition? Did you had a next job align, or you had another
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because this is another thing. I ask again for a
raise? Really?
salary. I ask
Okay.
again for it. It was much more than Rome and Milano. It was 1,004.
Okay.
I asked for 1,008 at the time, so it was not like but I think they could give me the race. But at that time, I have a friend, Mone Di Stasio, I want to say name. There is like the son of one of the owner of Invicta, is a brand in Italy. He
Mm-hmm.
was my best friend in Marangoni. So you see the connection? And he
Mm-hmm.
called me from Switzerland, from Lugano at the time. And he said, you know, I'm working in Napapiri. It's an outdoor brand like Canada Goose. Canada Goose
Okay.
born after Napapiri was older. An outdoor brand. So I moved from haute couture to denim because Exte was denim. And I get this offer from thanks to Simone, to this Napapiri brand in Switzerland. It was much more money than Milano, and I was ready to leave. This another jump in the dark from Milano was Lugano. So I'm gonna cross the border of Italy. I'm gonna start my adventure in another country that was Switzerland at the time. And we were the first frontalieri, we call the guys that was living in Italy still after I moved in Lugano, but working in Lugano. And at the time, the salary was quite good. And I start my outdoor after 3 years in Milano. Thereafter was five because the school. I start my 6 years in Lugano in Napapiri, outdoor, so different, completely different world. But I said, I know how to do couture. It's okay. I know how to do denim. It's okay. Let's learn how to
Let's learn.
do outdoor because it's different things. It's more active fabric, different kind of approach, different kind of customer, different kind of people. And at the time was an Italian brand owned by a family business. And we started the first 2 years with this kind of approach. And after 2 years, the brand was sold to VF International. Definitive Flair International, the American corporate business. So I start this new journey that was corporate, and now we are talking about business. So I did the dream, I did the pret-a-porter mix between, I did the outdoor in a family business. Now I'm doing corporate. There is no passion anymore like I grew up and I knew, but it's business, it's number. Corporate is what today is all kind of fashion, because corporate you can see everywhere. But at the time was one of the first corporate, I think, buying a brand and started this business. So I learned how to do business in this American corporate. That it teach me a lot.
Wait, so you stayed with the brand even, so they sold 2 years and you stayed with the brand?
Yeah, another.
And did your role change? Were you still the designer, or
I
now
was
you were
a senior designer?
Okay.
But I was at home there. And I was at home because the Martino Scabbia, the president, was my friend. I was calling Papa. Was my kind of approach. I never was like my shine little boy died like at least 5 years ago. Now I'm very bold, I'm very confident, I'm friend of everybody, I'm myself, I can enjoy everybody like I want in an honest way without being with a mask. Like say, I'm going to be polite. This is my big president. I'm going to go there. I'm going to hug him and say, hi, Papa. Like this was my kind of approach. All people there was calling me Wolf, Lupo in Italiano. This is a name that after I moved in Canada and I lost because in Canada no one knew me. And I'm going to talk about Canada. It's a big chapter of my life. But when I come back now, everyone around here in Lugano and Italy, they still call me Wolf. Lupo.
Really?
Lupo. This was like, that's why Just Cavalli, when he posts me and he put me a 5, there's always a wolf because they call me Lupo. So this is a good thing that I build relation with people. That is the most important thing for me. Relation with people. So, but in terms of business, I learn a lot in this third chapter of my life. There is the corporate in Lugano.
But so you didn't move to the US. You stayed in Lugano, even though the company was now US based. You
was Swiss based, but American company. So they was based in Switzerland. I think for tax, it's a good place here to be for a corporate. So they're still here. I still a friend that works still after 15 years old. Still there.
Wow. Really? Okay. Yeah. So the brand went well, they got purchased, and you learn more about, now you're learning more about the business side of
different way to work, to approach business. Much more number, much more, we have to do money. So we're talking about money now. Did you ask for a raise?
Yeah. Did you ask for a third raise?
I always ask for a raise. I always ask for a raise, but they gave me. Okay. I was fine, and I was fine. My problem there was another one.
What was it?
My ambition.
Okay.
That it was starting to grow into taking color in my life.
Was it the first time? Was it the first time your ambition was outgrowing your position?
Because money was coming, opportunity. In the American corporate is different than Italy. Italy, they tend to put you down. They don't want you to grow, because if you grow, you're going to take your place or whatever they think.
I see.
American corporate, you are good, you're going to make money. This I'm going to learn much more in Canada. Yeah. You're going to make me money. I'm going to make you feel better. You're going to grow. And I start to this mentality and I said, how I can grow here? I don't speak English. And we moved from Italian family business to corporate, US corporate, where people was coming from Nike in New York, from Burberry in London. Everyone was speaking English, and I was saying, I'm good. I'm good at my job. But I cannot say a word in English. I cannot speak English. How can I explain my collection? This would be a limit for me. It's going to be a limit. I could not grow anymore. And this was starting to take in my mind this kind of wall. And I was saying, no, cannot be like this. In VF, I met my wife. And Brenna.
You met her in Switzerland?
Yeah, in VF.
Really?
Yeah. So she comes in my life in a way that I was not thinking. Yeah. I was enjoying life. And I was knowing like wolves. So I was having everything I want in life. So the last thing I was thinking was to get a girlfriend and a wife. She just come naturally in my life. And after 12 years now with her, I have to say, and this is a suggestion that I gave you guys all, that it's not about work, it's about life. Don't choose a wife, choose a partner. Choose a partner, someone that will bring you to the fire and will come with you to the fight. It's not about being a wife, it's not about being a title. It's gonna be a real partner, like real partner. That is gonna be close to you in everything. And I'm gonna show you why she was a partner with me in all these 12 years. Because when I said to her, she was just start to say for her, I have to say, because I don't
For
know
her?
how it's good for her to met me.
Yeah.
I think at the end it is, but it took a lot of courage for her, because I was set like this, I was built like this. So I do stuff that I know how to do, and I don't even have to think to do my jump in the dark, because I'm set like this since
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
But for a person that is not set like this, it is full of anxious, how's she gonna do a jump in the dark?
But
How
she's
I
from
can even
Montreal, right? She's from Canada?
she's from Toronto.
So at least she took a jump to go from Toronto to Switzerland, right?
She did a different journey. She went to Guadalajara. She went to Italy. She went to Lugano.
Okay, so she
Uh,
still moved and, start
she
over
still
and
was moving. She's still moving, but she was starting to feel confident in a spot. So when she
I
was
see.
having the job, she was like she learned the Italian. Now I'm like, it's very hard to go in another country. I'm gonna tell you my personal experience in another country. Like it's very hard to be there, to start to understand people, to start to talk their language, to start to feel your life in this place, to having a job. Like I'm set now. Like I
Yeah.
spent 10 years here. Like I'm okay, I feel good, and now I'm telling her we need to move. We need to move.
Mm,
It's not gonna be like I was telling her. It's not gonna be good here. Like I'm not gonna grow if we will lose the job. Where we gonna go? Like we're gonna go. Our next step. Where is gonna be? I don't speak English. I said to her, "You're from Canada. Let's move in Canada." I said to her. She said she was not telling me because she wanted to put me down, because you always have to understand the people that you have in front of you and the way she speak. She was telling me, you cannot go there. You don't speak English. You cannot be there. There's big fish there. There's New York close there. A lot of the sign. Where you gonna go? What you gonna do?
yeah.
She was kind of trying to intimidate me,
Yeah.
because maybe she was scared that I was losing all I had. Like I was good in Papiri. Everyone know me. I built myself there. I was like a senior designer and everything. She was just scary about taking these jumps. But at the end, when I want some things, I'm not gonna give up.
But
Not gonna give
why
up.
Canada, Daniele? Like out of everywhere, why Canada?
I was not caring where. I
Really?
was wanted to go in one place where I could learn English,
English, okay.
where I could face a new challenge. When I was thinking in my let's say stupid mind, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna eat everybody. You know, like I always do. I always I'm gonna
Exactly.
eat. I'm gonna eat everybody. Bring me there. I'm gonna eat everybody. No, you cannot do. She was telling me, you cannot do this. You don't even know people there. They're from New York. They're from Toronto. They're from Montreal. They know what to do there in their country. What are you gonna do? Bring me there. Bring me there. I was telling her. So we got married in 1 year. In October we got married. November, December we left for. So we did everything fresh. This was my jump.
Do you live in December for in winter for
Yes,
Canada? Damn.
yes. It was
With no
November.
job.
It was
You had no
November.
job. No job.
Nothing, nothing. This was my, I knew about jump in the dark, but this was some things that I was facing, and I was new after how hard it was this kind of jump. But at the time, I said, "Bring me there. I'm gonna eat everybody. I'm gonna be the best one. I'm gonna be the best one in their country." She was already, "You're gonna be in the big ocean, the big shark there. I'm gonna be the big shark. Bring me there." So we did all the paper, some things that I left her to do, all kind of documentation paper. I'm Swedish, I think. She's much more, she's a girl, she's a lady, so she's much more organized than a man. So I trust her 100%, and she did perfectly. So because we went there, and we ended up in Mississauga.
Mississauga.
Yes.
My God.
Wait, wait. It's not Toronto. It's not like
I know what that is.
is not for people that don't know. It's not like big building, all mirror, all it's not this kind of city. It's not the future. It's like a immigrant city. were still nice because respect some place in Italy, like they have all house with a pool, but they're wood house. Like for me, it was like when I was there, I was thinking how people don't live in a wood house. It's completely different than all this concrete that we have in Europe. The setup was completely different, and after 2 weeks in November, it starts snowing. It starts to be cold, but very, 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 very cold, guys. Very cold. I always say I've been not 10 years in Canada. I've been 10 winters in Canada. That is completely different. But people was completely different. I thought like, okay, be honest with yourself. You did like a million of step back now. It's not Soverato, the small town in Italy, but it's close to be there. So what you gonna do here? What you gonna do here? Yeah. We was living in a house with Brenna moms. She was
Okay.
very kind of keeping us to help with her.
Okay, so you had like family helping out and familiar
Yes,
faces for her. Okay.
yeah, Brenna house. The family of
Okay.
Brenna is still all there.
Okay.
We was living there. Not easy, even this kind of life. Not because nothing against anybody, but when you got your space, you live
Of
alone in a
course.
city like
Of
Milano,
course.
Lugano, and you have to go back to live with parents.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I
Yeah.
was not talk English. I was not speaking. People was talking the neighborhood from South Italy, but South Italy 10 years ago, it was like South Italy of 50 years ago. There
Mm.
was still this kind of old person called me, hey, Italia, Italiano, Italiano. It's like,
Hmm.
I was thinking, oh my God, what am I doing here now? Me with my Italian shoes in the snow, like, what am I gonna do? It's completely different. And I start to face some kind of issue with my jump in the dark.
Yeah, for
Because,
sure.
but it was better like this that I didn't knew what I was going to face it because maybe I was thinking, I'm not gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But I didn't know, and I jumped, and I'm happy that I didn't know because when I was there, she found me a work in Toolbridge.
Foodbridge. I don't know what that is.
You don't know because you're not Italian. It's a neighborhood. It's a yes, small place like Mississauga, but all Italian. They're all
Okay.
Italian. So
Okay.
I start to work thanks to Brenda, to this lady, Ines Di Santo. She was doing a wedding dress. So I start back when I was doing couture. So I knew how to do. In this place, small place like South Italy. And people, believe me, they will not speak English. They will not speak Italian. They were speaking Calabrian dialect.
Mm.
So how I will learn English in this place
Yeah.
and look like I am in Soverato? Anyway, help us to get some money. But I was facing for 6 months one of the hardest time of my life
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't want to admit to myself, but I can have kind of mental breakdown because
Mm-hmm.
you know what? And I discover after because I do analysis on myself. I always
Mm-hmm.
think what's happening in my life to
Mm-hmm.
get better. Every month I had some things like I was feeling, oh my God, I have like a headache. I have a cancer. I have a cancer. I have a cancer. I know I have a cancer. Let's go to the hospital. And I was going to do tack to the and after the tack, the doctor, you have nothing. You're okay. And my headache stopped. Okay. Oh my God, another month I have a heart attack. I'm gonna die. I have a heart attack. Let's go check the heart because I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. My night,
Oh.
I was passing the night on the bed like this, thinking it's gonna happen now. It's gonna happen
Oh.
now. It's gonna happen now. Like it was going crazy. And I had this kind of issue for 4 months at least. But every time I was going to the doctor, he was saying me, "You have nothing. You're fine," and everything was passing. Okay, I was completely okay. So I said to my at the third time, I said, myself is starting to fuck myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? You know why? Because when you are weak, when you feel weak, the
Mm-hmm.
first thing that you think, I want to go back home where
Mm-hmm.
I feel confident, where I feel safe to my family, to my people. I need to go back. So my inside person, scary, my scary one, was telling me, go back. In his way, you are sick, you're gonna die, you're not good, go back. And I said at the third time, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna give up. I'm here to do some things. And at that time, and this is when I start to believe the vision. When you have a vision, you speak with universe.
Yep.
When you see and talk about your vision, you put your vision to the universe, and it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back, because at the time when I was feeling better, but still what's gonna happen to me now? And actually, I got fired from Iris de Santo because anyway, it was on my place. So it was not.
Yeah.
From LinkedIn, HR of Buffalo Del Biton contact me from nothing, and I said, Brenna, look at this on LinkedIn. That in Italy, LinkedIn is not like in the US that work very well. It's like in Italy, I think everything's ended up to be some kind of chat for know each other, man, girl, like let's have fun.
Okay.
Like yes,
I see.
but in North America was more job. So I
Yeah.
said to Brenna, who is a Buffalo Beton? Who is this Buffalo Beton? I didn't know Beton because they operate just in US,
Yeah.
not in Europe. Who they are? And Brenna said to me, but was a good brand at the time. When I was young, was a very good denim. But how did they call you? I don't know, in LinkedIn. I'm going to write her. No, they're in Montreal, she was telling me. What's happening now in Montreal? I am from Toronto. I don't speak French. How am I going to work? She was start after 6 months to work in Toronto with her language, so it was easy for her. Now I was asking her to move in Montreal, where they speak French, and she do marketing. She has to talk, so it was not easy to work in a French place with English. So she was telling me, no, we cannot move again. We just move. We cannot do. We have the dog. We cannot do. I'm gonna ask them a salary. If they give me, we're gonna think. And I said, I don't even know Buffalo, but let's
go.
ask something high. I asked, and the HR said, okay, let's talk with the Charles Piton, one of the owner, that at the time was the creative director. He want to speak with you. I said, Brenna, they accept. They want to speak with me. So I was like, it's crazy. Everything is opening. It's opening. Now it's opening. It's my time.
Yes.
Let me speak with Charles. I speak with Charles, guys that I love. And now he was telling me he loved the Italian style. Thanks God. He was always like of creativity. He was traveling in Italy, like inspiration. So the fact that I working in fashion, I coming from Italy, it was a big plus for me at the time. And the first phone call that I did with Charles Bitton, we spent with my wife looking at me, we spent like 15 minutes understanding each other on how old I was.
Oh,
Because
why?
because my English was not perfect, still now is not perfect, and I was 13 years old.
13.
13 was understand 15. And he was telling me, but what to do after school until now? He was thinking, you spent 20 years, so what you do? They said, just come here, I'm 13. 15, but what you do back and forth like this for 15 minutes? And then I was thinking, what's going on here? What is wrong here? And I said, this guy, like, listen what he's asking me. And she told her, no, 15 is 55. Ah, okay, 55. Anyway, he was not scared about this misunderstanding in English.
Okay.
And he was saying, guys, come in Montreal. I want to see you. I'm going to come you pick up and I'm going to show you the place, structure and everything. Charles Piton, when we took the flight, we paid the flight, we moved there just to visit. He came with his 911 Porsche. So he was like, oh my God. Okay. This is a good, a good starting. He brought us to the store in St. Catherine. At the time, he had a store in St. Catherine. We saw the store. Okay, it's another good thing. He brought us to the company and he showed me all the structure. It was a big structure. It was very well organized. It was very set, the Beton. Okay, we went back to Toronto and I said, we need to move. Bren, she convinced her to move and we did another small jump in the dark from Toronto to Montreal after 6 months. Here start my real business career, my business focus, my business mentality. Those 5 brothers, the Beton brother, they was very good with me. Very, very good. Everyone was telling me, don't go work there. Don't go work there.
Really?
They're very hard. Sometimes they're very strong with people. You know what? I understand one thing in my life. Experience is about what you did with yourself. It's a personal thing. You cannot absorb or listen other people experience because it's not gonna be yours. So let's meet this person, let's work with the person. He's my kind of brother now. Really, it's like he treat me like family. It was crazy for me. He teach me everything in business. I think they're one of the best. They're one of the best to how make money, how to do business, how to be focused and dedicate to job. Like they teach me so many things that I never learned in all the business in Italy. Here in Italy, I learned other things about beauty, activity, and all stuff. Business was coming really from this experience with the Vuitton. And I worked with her 6 years. No. Actually, it was 8, almost 9 years.
What was the
Almost
role?
9.
What was the role they brought you in? Was it still designer or was creative director? What
I
was
start
the
with the head off. So
head
I had
offer?
a head off, see, head of
Was
design.
head
So I
of
was
design? Okay.
exactly. So I had a team. So I was starting. Was big position. I was starting to do the collection. He was my boss, Charles Bitton. And I remember after a year, my first evaluation. No, after my first salary, actually, I didn't know the tax coming from Swiss. I didn't know the tax in North America.
Oh
They're
boy.
quite high.
Yeah, very high.
And
Yeah.
I got so mad about the first salary that I went to him and said, "I'm not happy like this." I thought I asked you something huge. That in Switzerland was something huge because taxes is
Yeah.
very small, so the salary is big. So
Yeah.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not gonna work like this, like this. And he said, "Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out." He was the first man that teach me that if you value, if you have a values, if you work, you build money for the company, they're gonna give you more. They're gonna give you more. They don't care. They don't care. They're gonna let you live a life that are very good life because you're gonna make them make more money. The more you happy, the more you're gonna work and you're gonna make good things. So this is something that they teach me. And at the first
More like a partnership. More like a partnership than a
if you're
job.
a good element, they treat you like a good element. They don't treat you like a no, you're not gonna get salary. It's okay. We're gonna think no. Let's figure it out. And at the first, they gave me the salary. Like I was happy. I was very happy. And at the first evaluation still in Italy, company don't do evaluation. This is American corporate things. At least they ask you what is gonna be your goal. You're gonna be your vision, your ambition. Like it's a talk that you know that you're gonna get your goal. You're gonna get the bonus. It's much more less stressful working in this way that in the way that you always have to stand up from your place and go and ask for a salary. This is a stress for a lot of people. I don't think it's right. But if you have a day of the years where you talk about evaluation, a day of the year when you gonna know from your boss, you got the goal, you're gonna get the bonus, everything is work much easier. And at the first evaluation, I told him, he told me, what is your ambition? What you gonna be? What you happy? Yes, I'm happy. I wanna be you, I said to him. And he was he laughed. It was like, did you understand what you said? Because I was not speaking English. But he said, yeah, I said, I want to be you. Why not? And he was laughing and joking, saying, what do you mean? You want to get my Porsche? You want to get my wife? It's very funny guy. It was very, very funny. I love his humor. He was very, very good. They said, no, I want to get you Porsche. I want to sit on your place. I want to be the creative director. And he was so smart that he understood the things that I could brought because he was there from a lot of years. It's not that I'm better than him or he's better than me. It's not about being better. It's about how much hungry you are, how much gas you have in your body. And at the time, I had much more gas than him because I was younger. I was in a new situation. I was more everything new coming in.
Yeah.
Like I was real fire, and he understand this fire. That he said me nothing. I said, "Okay, work to be here. Work to be here." I remember, and I worked hard. And I worked hard. In 2 years, I became him. I became him. It was not some things to do. I think at Jacques Beton or the family, Beton family. They're very proud of their name, of their title, and it's right because they build all this brand from nothing. So it's their kid, like it's some things like very important. But when I took his place, the company started to buy, and he got bought from GBG before. It was a Chinese corporate based in New York, And in 2 years become, in actually 1 year, become the actual centric brand, the corporate in New York, American, US corporate based in New York. They bought Buffalo de Vuitton, all the license. And we start to make a lot of money, a lot
Really?
of money. So he was enjoying the royalty, he was enjoying the job. We was talking together, sharing opinion. Even if now he was the licensor part because he was the owner. We were the licensor actually because we bought the license. So, but always good relation. I was showing him the vision because he was always the owner. It was like it was amazing, and I was there for another 6 years. And it was when I become even more than what I was. I become vice president, so VP. It was a big title. The salary was huge. The bonus was huge. Confidence was huge because I learned that when you build yourself after you destroy yourself,
Mm-hmm.
like the Phoenix story, that was just a story, but it's real. And when you get up from where you are and you build yourself better than you were before in Italy, you get
Incredible.
very confident. You get very strong. You get very strong. You learn so much about yourself and how much you get take all kind of challenge and
Yeah.
you can fail. And you can fail. Yes, sir. You can fail. You have to fail because
You
the more
must,
you
yeah.
fail, the more you learn. And
Yeah.
the things that make you grow. The fail.
Mm.
It sounds stupid to say, but don't be scared to fail. Go fail, stand up. Go fail, stand up. Go fail. Every time you stand up, you're gonna learn some things about yourself. And when you see that yourself never give up, stand up like 10 times and you get better and better and better, like
Confidence.
whatever. Let's jump again in the dark.
Yeah.
How many times you want?
I love that story, Daniel. I had no idea. I really like from
But you
I'm
know who was the braveness one? My wife.
mm-hmm.
Because like I said to you, I follow my vision. I
Yeah.
was driving the boat.
Yeah.
She was the passenger behind me, close to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
She didn't want this life. She just followed me. So for people like me, they went to do what, like when you have a vision, you see what you have in front of you. And
Mm-hmm.
it's easy for you. I'm going to go and take because I can see. But another thing to say to your partner, oh, there's a big island there. We're going to go there. It's beautiful. But she will see it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I see
Yeah.
just, I see just horizon. There's nothing there. What are you talking about? But she followed me. She
Mm-hmm.
followed me. She was braver than me. And she always started
Again.
from zero again and again and again and again, building herself. I helped her like I could because we always worked together. She's my credit director. So all the campaign, all the good things that we did together. She has a mind that is like crazy.
At
She
Buffalo, you
still,
mean? She was now the
she
creative director?
when we like the first campaign is like Buffalo, open your ears now, now. Still, the best campaign that they did in Buffalo is the one that she did. It is the
Really?
one with Bridget, the fiscal campaign that we did, me, her, and Charles Piton together. It was the most iconic campaign that we did in Buffalo. And it's still there. It's still there.
Wow.
So she always built herself again. So I appreciate her braveness. I'm very proud of her. So the best partner is the one that never said you don't because she learned how to follow me and she built herself again and again and again. In the next chapter, there's going to be the jumping again from Canada. When I left Canada in Europe, she did again. She did again. Anyway,
Incredible.
I
And before
built my.
before we go into the next jump, Daniele, can you just give me what's the biggest difference for you from transitioning to a designer to a creative director, and what does that even mean, creative director? You know, I feel like it's such a big word and term. It's like it's a cool role nowadays, like in design,
You see,
like in brands.
it was even more cool because I was vice president, VP, creative
The
director. So I
okay.
was even higher than the creative director.
So what does that
And
mean? What does that
it
mean, like for you?
means the things that I said you when we start this conversation, the step that you do in your life, every single step that you do in your life.
Mm,
Being a VP director or position like this means that after you did all this step, and all this step means you know how to talk with vendor, you know how to talk with sourcing, you know how to do shipment for product development, product manager, and all the
mm-hmm.
side of this job because you learn that you work everywhere, like every doing you. doing, not sending people to do the job. You doing the step
Mm.
means that when you're there, you are that confident and you know to be there that you can deal and you can enjoy this position without being scary because a place like this can make you scary. If
Mm-hmm.
I was taking fastest way, if I was taking a friend that put me there without knowing what to do, I could be scary. I could
Yeah.
be frustrated. I could be not a leader. I could be a mean people that talk shit to people just because I was afraid of my title. I was not scary. I was confident. I knew what to do. I knew every single things of the business, and I could teach even. This is even the best part of being this role. Teach a young
Mm.
yourself to be to take this how to
This
judge
journey.
things like this was making me even much more proud of myself and more enjoying that I could teach people on things like I met I met a lot of boss that didn't know what to teach to me.
Mm.
This was the worst thing you can find because there was the bad one because like I said, if you get frustrated that you don't know what to say, like you are mean with people. They never was mean with me because I always had the Calabrian side in me.
Mm.
I never lost this. So you're not gonna be mean with me, not without a reason, not without a
Yeah.
reason because I learn. If you speak good with me, I learn. If not like good, I don't accept this kind of dialogue. But if you need to teach me some things, you're welcome in a good way. But the step that I was telling you before is the key of being in the place that you want to be. So
Mm.
take patience every each of the single step, no matter what time you're gonna spend, and no
Do
matter
it.
what time you're gonna take to get to your dream, but do if you wanna be if you wanna enjoy the position when you're gonna be there. Because now I'm enjoying my position. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I can I'm not stressful. I don't get stressed when I do presentation, when I present new collection, when I
Yeah.
if I always say if I like and I'm confident of what I did, it's okay like this.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot fail. I cannot fail. Even like in my case, kind of it's about taste. You can like my collection. You can like my shirt. You can say I don't like the kiss. Who can wear this shirt? I don't care what you think about the taste about this because taste is so personal that
Yeah.
100% can tell you yes, 100% can tell you no. You cannot make everyone happy.
Yeah.
But if I like, I'm happy. That's it.
So you're owning it. If let's talk about leadership a little bit because now you're in this role since Buffalo and now at Just Cavalli. If I was in a room with a lot of your employees back in the days and even today and people that are in your team, what type of leader they would say you are at the moment? What would they tell me? Like, hey, how's Daniele? How's this leadership?
I think I'm not hard. I'm not strong like hard. Not even mean. I'm not mean with anybody because I don't need to be. I don't need to be because my face, gesture, my movement tell if I'm mad, if I'm like before than every single word. I know what I want and I'm gonna get what I want. I'm gonna leave you free to do your way. Like if I ask you to do like a collection, whatever, you can use whatever program you want. You can sketch by hands. You can do Illustrator. You can do whatever. I don't care your way. I don't care the time that you put in your like. You can do what I need in 2 minutes. You can do in 3 days. Obviously, we don't have all the time that you need because I'm not gonna wait you. But if you do in 2 minutes and you're gonna bring me what I want in 2 minutes, and after you have 2 days doing nothing, researching, or I'm okay, I'm okay. For me, it's important the result. It's not like that I'm no macromanaging you, telling, no,
Mm.
you have to do this. No, I saw you. You went to smoke 5 cigarettes instead one. You over. I don't care. I don't care. I look at the result, and I want like Charles teach to me that if you're happy on your position, if you work happy on what you do, you're gonna work much more, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times more than what you're
Mm.
gonna do if you're not happy. So I think I'm a good leader at the best I can, at the best I can. But if you go against me, or if you trade me, or if you speak, if you go gossip, I don't like gossip. I'm a
Mm-hmm.
person that if I have to say some things in front of you, I'm gonna tell you in front of you, and I'm not gonna keep 1 day, 1 minute more in my mouth. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna put you in a room. I'm not a person that will put you down in front of other people. Always there's a kind of respect, but I'm gonna tell you straight. And this is what I want from people that I have in front of me. And I treat everyone like a friend, but till the corner, because we're not friends.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
respect you, like
Yeah.
I enjoy you, but business is business. And
Yep.
if you take too much confidence, I'm gonna put you to the way to always be professional.
So how did that transition from VP, like this whole rise to Buffalo? You feel like you're on top of the world. Now you're at Just Cavalli. So obviously there's another jump in the
You know,
dark that happened.
who was on top of the world was my father, more
Oh,
than me,
really? Why?
more than me. Because even my wife and all the people around was telling me, "Oh my God, you're VP, you this position." I was not enjoying. I was not enjoying because for me it was now next, now next, and now next. So for
Really?
me it was like it's okay. I was not in myself anymore. The things like, "Oh my God, look LinkedIn, they called me from Buffalo. We talk who they are." Like this
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
wow. I lost a little bit on my journey. But I was seeing in my father eyes, my wife eyes, this kind of biggest thing, like, my God, you are. So I was enjoyed through them more than through myself.
Really?
But I know that it's gonna come soon. It's gonna come soon. What I'm working for. So this I think is going to be happy for sure because it's gonna be the end of this journey. And after I'm gonna retire.
What do you mean? What do you mean you're gonna retire?
Like I'm gonna after I'm gonna do what I dream to do,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna spend
Yeah.
a few years, and after that's it. There's nothing. There's nothing.
I'm
You
excited
need
to
to
know more about that.
you need you need to live when you're still on the grace.
I agree.
You don't need to be there.
I agree. So what was, so you were, because if you look at the pattern, there's money, 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 and then there's ambition. And so, and now what, like, how was that? What was
Yes,
that calling for
it was.
you
It was
to
ambition. It was
ambition
ambition.
again?
No, it was ambition for money until Buffalo Beton
Yeah.
centric.
Yeah.
When I decided to left Buffalo, it was a pandemic time at the time,
Oh,
so hard work, hard time.
yeah.
Insert like you don't know what was happening. Like, and at the time, I decided it's time to do a jump in the dark. Like
Here we
not
go.
easy because it was everything like
Yeah. Yeah.
crazy,
Pandemic was really
everything
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah.
But I knew at the time, 3 years ago now, that I was not working anymore for money, but for glory. I wanted
Glory.
something that was different. I always had this in my mind, like it doesn't look stupid for me. Yes, my idol is my father, of course, but I have in my mind men like Alexander the Great, all this kind of Achille, like I grow in an old generation. This was the kind of character that you would
Yeah.
study at school. You would like for me glory or your name or what you live is much more important than money. And I understand that I need to do more for let people understand me, let people listen me, let people know me, because this is part of my way to be, my sign of Leon, my like I wanted to people my creative part, my artist, my dreamer side. A dreamer, what a dreamer want, what the people know about his dream, about his vision. This is my goal now. I want people that know what I have in my mind, the world that I have in my mind, and what I can give in terms of dream to the world.
So your legacy. So right now it's more about the legacy.
Exactly. So I left this
Interesting.
big salary,
Yeah.
this Empire State Building, New York. We had the office there, second and fifth floor, all the glory in terms of money, Buffalo del Bitone. And I said to my wife, we need to live back to Europe. She said, no, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you.
Very nice. She's good.
We get some fight, like normal fight,
Yeah.
but again, I drive the boat. When I want some things, believe me, it's not because it's me, but every time I said to her, let's move to another place, it was much better for me and for her. Not just for
Okay.
me, but even for her. It was not just thinking about me, but
For sure.
even for her, that of course, we need to work more. We need to start again. We need
Yeah.
to do everything
Yeah.
from zero again. But it's going to be better again. It's going to be better. Oh my God. The move was crazy because now we didn't move from a continent to another continent without nothing. Because when we moved from Europe to Canada, it was just a luggage. Hemingway, my dog that is still here after 12 years, He
20
moved with me.
years?
12.
12 years, okay.
Yeah, he's the stressed character in this family
Okay.
because the dog want stability, like
For sure.
we live with him so much. Anyway, now we had to move a house. We had all the furniture. We have everything.
All the stuff.
We built that 10 years life we are now here. We have so much team.
Yeah.
So with all the paper, we found this job with Cavalli. This is was the first thing. I left Buffalo. I said honestly to them, it's not because I don't feel good. It's not because you gave me everything. You're my family. They still are my family. I still are in
Amazing.
contact with people of Centric. Jason Rabbit, that is the owner of Centric. I've still other people. I'm still in contact with them, and I always tell them, you still are my North America family. This is
Yeah.
very important for me. Family, like I said before, is not just
Yeah.
family, my parents. Family is family, and it's very important. This kind of feeling. But I said, I'm moving now for different, like you said, legacy. I want different things now. I have to upgrade myself. This is what I want. So, okay, I left. I moved in Switzerland. We move everything. Was hard even here, but when you get some money, because when we moved from Europe, we had much less money. When
Hmm.
you do things with money, it's much easier.
Yeah.
It's much easier because also we get back home. Still hard with all the document and everything, but my title was a creative director. I had a team, was all set. So I start a new chapter of my life. There is the legacy chapter.
Legacy chapter. How did you came along with Just Cavalli? Did you had a contact that worked there, or you guys they
I
text
have
you on LinkedIn? How did that happen?
I have uh, still connection and see how is important the connection. A girl that worked with me in Napapiri, she called me, she sent me a text and she said me, Daniele, in Lugano, Just Cavalli is opening office in Lugano. Because in Italy is hard to go back in Italy because the salary is still completely different from North America. The only
Okay.
place where you can go is in Swiss or other place, but in Italy, like, it's okay legacy, but going back to nothing, like there's a
Understand.
balance. You need a balance, honest balance. So Switzerland, just Cavalli. So I know that she was working in Cavalli. She's the key designer of Cavalli, and she gave me the contact of the band manager. And I called the girl that I knew from my past life, and she's famous as a celebrity in Italy. And I said, you know this person? Can you get me like, can you speak with him? So I have to meet this person because again, Italy fashion is very close. And with this role too, it's very hard. So she spoke with him. He called me. We had an interview. It went very good. And after 3 months, because the timing was not short to do the contract because the owner is in Dubai, they gave me a contract. And when they sent me the contract, I was in Italy. I was just landed in Italy for vacation. It was August. So when we landed, I said, Bren, I got the contract. Oh my God, stress on stress on stress. What are we
Why?
gonna do now? And we were in vacation, like 1 month vacation. We have 2 months to do all the things to go in Italy. What we're gonna do in this vacation? So documentation for her. She's from Canada. She had no the passport from Europe. So we have to do, I cannot come, you cannot come. Crazy, crazy
Really?
time, this vacation. We had to go in Switzerland. You need to take an apartment before to get all the paper. So in this vacation, we have to move in Lugano, find an apartment, take this apartment, move back in Montreux, pack everything,
Oh wow.
call the agency for the container to put it, leave the house. It was crazy 2 months. Crazy 2 months. We landed in Lugano after 2 months, starting this new chapter.
Wow. But you were stressed, but still happy to get the contract. Like,
Always happy, always
yeah.
happy, always happy. And like I said, it gave me much more notoriety. Like
Mm-hmm.
people know me, Just Cavalli is a brand
Mm-hmm.
well known. I did a fashion show in Sofia that everyone know me. I did some things that brought to my legacy much more confident because when you do a fashion
Mm.
show in Sofia, when you do the big campaign with the good professional people, you
Yeah.
make like you are at the top level now. You are at the
Yeah.
top level. Still, is not where I want to be because, like I said, and like everyone know, even in my job, because I always honest. Just Cavalli is not for all my life. It's a bridge that is going to bring me eventually to another chapter. But for now, it's a very good chapter that gave me a lot of satisfaction, a lot of good things, a lot of I learn because you don't know everything. You will never know everything. You always have
Mm-hmm.
to learn new things, new way to act. Even in this
Yeah.
position and with these people, you know how to move in this kind of roles. When you do fashion show, when you met the big photographer, then you met like other personality. Like it gave me a lot in terms of confidence. There is gonna be, I'm sure, steps, other more steps that is gonna bring me to the place where I want to be.
So what's different this time? So for, what's your process for this specific brand now that you're a creative director for Just
It was a
Cavalli?
mix. It
It
was a mix
makes
of everything because I was, like I said, steps is what is fundamental. It was couture, it was denim, it was business denim by Vuitton, it was haute couture, sport active. It was all the things that I could match to do some things new, some things modern, some things that speak with the new generation. We are designer. We work with the new generation. I'm 46. I don't want to get old, so old they don't understand the new generation. And with
mm,
technology, people, new generation is moving so fast that
yeah,
sometimes they can even understand each other.
yeah.
Young generation, for us, we are creative. We need to live with young generation. So for me, having all this world together, working with all these different things together, it was a big training to this chapter of my life. And I'm putting, but not just about style, not just about taste, about organization, about
Mm,
method of work from corporate, much more square and precise, from couture, much more dreaming and let's sketch
mm-hmm.
with a painting, whatever. Like I put everything in this field, in this battlefield, to get the best from my team and outside. In 3 years, I think I moved the perception of this brand in a good position now because people in the fashion business start to understand how cool we are. And we don't have a big push in terms of marketing guess in terms of money, economic pushing, but we have creativity, we have smart, and we are doing stuff that even with the not big budget, we can bring home a very nice campaign like we did now. I'm just putting the new campaign. It's a campaign that it could cost like a lot of money, but we did with nothing, and we did very, very well. We are talking in this chapter of Just Cavalli. We're talking about the sexy. Sexy is going to be the fire of this campaign. And I think the first post we did yesterday, always with Brenna and other team production, there is Cattura
Amazing.
production with Federico, another friend. We are getting so much good vibe from people outside. People that write me, I want to work with you, photographer that they don't even know Just Cavalli now. Please, let's meet each other. So it's a good vibe that build even more my confidence. And I'm happy. I'm happy that at this point of my life,
It's amazing.
I can do business in a way that the American people do business, so best way. Couture and dream in an Italian fashion way that is the best way, and I can mix together in myself.
Oh,
I know I'm not the diva designer, creative director coming like the Diavolo Veste Prada, the Abel
yeah,
wear Prada. Like
yeah.
I'm not this kind of person. Much more, I'm still South Italian, Soverato at the beginning. I was talking with everybody, this kind of approach with people. So much more natural and much more humanity, if I can say. But I know everything is in business. The best, the worst, everything.
That's amazing, man. You seem like you're really in an amazing spot. What's your creative, actually, where do you get your creativity to design
Music.
to music? Really?
They come like easy. Like maybe I'm like naturally working, looking Instagram, and I listen to music. I'm in the car and I listen to music. They come like naturally to me to
Mm-hmm.
give me this vision. It's like we are connect with some kind of place
Whoa.
in the universe that they're coming to you and open this door. Now is the time of this door, and it's the music. It's the music.
What's the door that is open now? Do you have like an artist that I can? I'm super because we used to share a bit of songs back in the days from especially like
And it's
piano.
still, you know what.
You know the
I did the first, no, I did the first 3 years in Just Cavalli with the house music, all the
really
DJ. This was just pushing, 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 pushing. Now I know there is coming the next chapter of my life, and in some way it's gonna come because the music,
it's
what is
changing.
now? Is
What?
Hans Zimmer.
Okay. Wow,
and
that's
he was
really like legacy music.
back to legacy music. There
Yeah,
is no even fit anymore with Just Cavalli. So I know something is coming for another dimension.
I got
So
goosebumps.
I know, and I'm too, because this is the way that I approach my new challenge. They come to
Wow,
me, and now I know that they are coming to me. I recognize them, and I say, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna
wow,
take this. Let's open this wall. I already saw yesterday opening this fashion show that I is opening in my mind with this music. That is like it's gonna be it's gonna be from now. And this was the word that it was like from now to eternity. This was like
really?
it's crazy. It's crazy. You know that it's gonna be not now maybe, but it start to setting some things that is gonna come. It's gonna come.
Wow.
I know.
Well, so do you mean like combining Hans Zimmer with just Cavalli, or it's like a second?
I don't know
Yeah, we'll
it's gonna
see.
be, but it's gonna be big. Something's big.
Wow.
Something's big. And you know what? You know that I know all this kind of piano,
Yeah, I
epic.
do.
I know every single. I didn't know this one. I didn't know this one. I said it's impossible that it's Hans Zimmer. I know everything from Hans Zimmer, and he was Hans Zimmer. And he said, and
Wow.
eventually, I don't want to say this, but
You
in
don't
my
have to.
dream, I'm gonna say I don't care. In my
Okay.
dream, he's gonna be the one playing in my fashion show with the orchestra.
Shit.
This music that is make me cry.
Oh man, I can only imagine. When you do a fashion show, do you set it first? Is it like music first and then the rest unfolds, or
Right
what's
now,
your
we
process?
never built a real fashion show because it was an opportunity that come after the collection was built.
Okay.
So, but as soon they asked me to do a fashion show, I immediately know what I want. I start with music, of course, and I
Okay.
see all the model. I see walking with a horse walker, like I can see them with a glass. I can see wearing like this, the color. I know who to call, the production to call to do this, the phonic, the music, because now I know the business and I start to dream about this. The more I dream, the more it's gonna be like I want it.
Are you still involved in the casting process of like bringing the right
Everything,
model?
everything.
Really?
I believe, and this I strongly believe, that there's one man show.
Really?
Yes, I believe this when you have a vision, but you have all the good partner that is gonna make your vision much stronger. You know, when I do casting,
Mm.
I go to do casting. When I choose music, I go to do music. When we do collection, I do collection. Of course, I have my trust people, like my wife and everybody, all suggest and bring on the table everything. But I want to be sure that it's like I see, because my problem is that I'm very, I have the vision. I can see what I want. And I know that it's coming different. I'm going to feel like I could do better. I could do this. I'm kind of in my mind, I'm gonna repeat for eternity this. Like, I don't want this, so I want to be involved. I don't want to like push everything like pushing or forcing. Has to be like
Mm.
this. Always a conversation with my trust people, but I'm involved in everything. I believe this. When Armani did Armani, Giorgio was, and he's still in everything. When Valentino was Valentino, he was in everything. When Gianni Versace was Gianni Versace, he was Gianni Versace. I believe in this rock star that is driving the show. And after,
Mm.
with all the partners, because you need the best partner. The
Yeah.
more big is your plane, the more stronger has to be your partner.
The Sabrina is working closely with you in this. Really?
She's my wife.
Really?
Oh yeah, she know me. She know me. As soon she like we are completely different. And she's trying to live with my dress, because when I listen to music and I start to try and I start to dream, I'm gonna become fire, real fire. I so adrenalinic that she cannot handle me. So she gets stressed and she gonna, oh, shut up, don't tell me nothing. I don't want to listen to you. So she go in a safe zone, because I'm gonna burn her otherwise, because different way to approach the things. But after she start to get involved, she starts slowly, she starts. So she gonna bring home what I want.
Well, when we, I have just a few more questions for you, Daniel. I'm really enjoying this conversation. You know how important it is for me, health and wellness. And we've had an opportunity to work out together, and you were always going hard with Brenna as well. Is just like one or two questions about that. Is health and wellness, fitness, I don't know what you're doing currently, but is it still part of your daily or weekly routine to
Is a
be who you are?
fundamental. It's a
Is it?
fundamental. It's some things that I don't think you can have this life if you don't have this other life. You can't. I don't
So
believe. I don't believe.
what do you do now that
I
keeps you
do,
on your
I
edge and
do,
you're sharp?
I train myself. I run. I do CrossFit. I do the jumpies with my wife. She's the tough one. She,
Yeah,
she was Canadian athlete,
I
like a
know.
soccer player,
Yep,
Canadian. So she's
yep,
the athlete one. But I always did sports. I do gym. I'm 46 today, and my body is when I was 30,
yeah.
28, and I'm very proud of this. And you know, I started to understand myself because when I have another other chapter in my life that is not about fashion. It is about deepness and soul that I cannot snap the table of this conversation. But those teach me to know myself. That is
Mm,
the real journey that you have to do in this life. Know yourself. You have to know yourself. The journey is inside, not outside. Not in your title. This is just some things that make to build your character. But the journey is inside yourself. And the journey
mm,
inside yourself is when I gave a word to myself, I
mm,
always respect this word.
mm.
I'm never gonna go against myself. There's the voice. I don't know if happen to you, happen to other people. That there's a voice that sometimes tell you, "Oh, you don't need to train every day. You don't
Yeah.
need to do this. You can do tomorrow. You deserve to relax today. No, you can do. You're okay today. You're okay. You can jump this training." When I feel this voice, or even simple things, there's the elevator, there's the stairs. Even I work with 8th floor. I go to the elevator and say, "Should take the stairs." No, you can take the elevator today. Like, come on, you're tired
Uh-huh.
today. You're okay. No, I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm gonna take the stairs.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna train today. I'm gonna go against myself and gonna do what I said to myself. If I trade myself, I'm not gonna trust anymore to myself. And
Yeah.
if I lose myself, I lose everything I build. So
Solid.
this is some things very important. You need to be solid. And
Mm,
training is what show yourself what you can be able to do. Because
amazing.
when you start to jump training, when you start to even food, the
Yeah,
alimentation, when
sure.
there's a pizza, everyone eats pizza, I need to eat. Oh, there's a beer, I need to eat beer. I drink
Yeah.
beer, come on. No, I say no. When I have to say no, and all my friends drink beer in front of me, and I take like
Sparkling water, let's say.
whatever, I'm gonna say no. And I know how to say no,
Mm,
for sure, because I respect myself more than anybody else.
I love that. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm not surprised that you kept going because, I mean, we only met for a short amount of time. So I'm happy that you and Brenna are still crushing your workouts. And you look really good. So this doesn't
It's
happen
a, it's
by
a, it's
sitting.
a lot of sacrifice
I
and
know.
discipline and
I know.
consistency. Because
Absolutely.
when you get 46, it's not like before. It's not that this, it's not that he's, and you start
Yeah.
injury. It take like 5 months to get
Recovery.
back.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's crazy, but always get back in your feet and start again, start again, start again.
I have
Do this, and I have already because I always repeat to myself: if you need to build a dreams, you need to go behind reality. In this spot that is behind reality, you're gonna find a way to go to get your dreams in a place where it's not impossible, 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 impossible. But behind reality, everything is possible. And you can do everything. You can fail so many times you have to fail. But if you want to build a dream, think and go behind reality. This is
mm,
what I'm going to tell to him.
beautiful.
I know, even if he's not ready because he's too young, he
Yeah.
will understand me.
Yeah, I love that. Thanks for sharing that. All right, let's do a few questions. Okay, so that I have like 18 here. It's pretty simple. It's like a yes, no. It's just quick answers here. Okay, just to make it a little lighter. Let's start. Daniele, tell me a city that recharges you.
Lugano.
What's your favorite or like forever print that you would put on a shirt?
Oh, it depends. It depends. It depends. Depend.
Okay,
There's so many that it
I'm
depends.
sure. Okay,
It depends of the team of my vision in that time.
okay.
But it depends.
What about sneakers or boots?
I'm both personality. I'm both personality. I'll say both. I'll say both.
Okay, sunglasses or watches?
You mean watches?
Like a
Watches.
watch like this,
Watches.
or
Watches. Yeah,
watches?
watches.
Any sports or activity that resets your brain?
Running or even walking outside for long in the nature reset me a lot.
Amazing. What's the most underrated Italian region?
I love Tuscany,
Tuscany?
but
Yeah.
I love all the region, and I actually love all the region from south to north. Every single region has something to say, very deep
I
and
love
very
that.
old. So
I love
beautiful
that.
Italy.
If you had one word to describe the spirit of Just Cavalli today, what would that be?
Will be wild,
Wild.
fire, wild. I have, of course.
If you read, do you read books sometimes?
I start, but I never finish.
Is there a book that you would gift most or receive most of the gift that like really inspired you throughout your life?
The only one that I wrote that I everything was the Art of War.
Okay.
It
Interesting.
was like a very very
Yeah, that's a dense book.
teacher.
Push-ups or squats?
Oh my God, push up.
I knew that one.
I had like
Favorite pasta dish?
pasta carbonara.
I feel like you've answered this one earlier, but what would be your dream runway music artist?
Depend. Now is the Hans Zimmer,
Hans
but
Zimmer.
It depends.
First instrument you'd want to learn?
Piano.
Yes, sir.
But my hands are not nice, long, and for playing.
Are you a coffee kind of guy or tea kind of guy?
Or coffee.
Your favorite painter or visual artist?
Caravaggio.
And finally, if you had
Caravaggio because his character. He was a double personality. He was a fighter man in the street, and he was like an incredible artist on the painting. So I like this side of it.
If you had a soundtrack of that could like create your lifestyle and your current life, who would be the composer or band?
Of course, Hans Zimmer.
And I have this is a last one that is not in the question, but what do you think about having? You talk about legacy. Is having like kids and family part of that legacy, or legacy for you is more about professional and leaving behind?
Legacy is about myself, knowing myself and be a kind of light for myself. I don't want a kid. We don't have kid just because I think me and my wife love too much our life and in an egoistic way.
I get it.
Because when you have kid like my father and my mother, you give everything to him, to them. You're gonna put your life outside to give every single thing, like my parents did. And I know I'm gonna be like this. I'm not ready to live my life like this. I enjoy my life.
I get it.
Sorry.
I'm totally sorry, Daniele. If any one of our audience here would like to follow you, find you, I'm gonna add some links, but is there any place specifically that they can follow your journey, either on Instagram or TikTok or LinkedIn or something?
Well, you should put all the brand like Versace, like Etro.
But like for you, like your specific Instagram handle, can you share with us where can we find you specifically?
I don't have people that brand that know myself, that know that I'm existed here.
Okay.
I'm gonna knock at that door at one point.
Okay. But in terms like, I'm just saying like, if I want to follow you, your journey, where can I find you? Like,
in Lombardo Collezioni.
Okay, that's their Instagram. Okay. Beautiful.
Lombardo Collezioni. Yes.
Beautiful. Man, Daniele, I'm gonna take a moment right now to just digest all the wisdom that you dropped. I find your journey. I had no idea of your journey, and I find it fascinating. I still remember the first encounter we had at Buffalo. Do you remember? Like, I want to talk about this just for a second, and we can put it in or not. But do you remember what you said to me the first time you saw me?
Some things about the body.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You do.
You were crazy, like.
But you told me too skinny. You look at me and you said, Eric,
yeah, but
you're too skinny.
You're too skinny, but you were too like shrink. It was crazy. Yeah, exactly.
And it's funny because after that we started to have a conversation. I think that the week after that, and then finally we started to train together. And you ended up booking me for Buffalo. But the first time,
I like more than body. I like people. And when I met you, your character, your soul, your vibe, it was good. You still, if I have to say some things about you, your vibe are very positive and are very, I don't know, when I met people, I distinguish people from energy. You're a very good energy. So these are things that I can say about you. You make feel people very good.
Thank you.
That's why we continue to hear each other, work together.
Yeah.
It's about what you represent about yourself.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really do. And it's great to hear some positive feedback. And yeah, I really hope that our paths will cross again, maybe not virtually next time, but like in person. You're always welcome when you come back in Montreal to connect. I really...
I'll be back in Toronto end
Okay.
of October and in New York.
Okay.
Well, maybe.
Okay, maybe. And I'm always looking forward to go to Europe. So, but in meanwhile, keep on crushing it, keep on building your legacy, and please say hello to Brenna. And I'm excited for this podcast to be released. Thank you, brother.
I will.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao, guys. Ciao.
Wow. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to follow the show and leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps us to grow and keep the conversation going. Thanks for listening.